I will start shortly. Just to let more people come in first.
Let's start within the next minute lah.
Can.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hope everybody is doing good. Right.
Okay, early birds, prepare for the next 1 hour plus of learning. Quite soon.
All right. Okay, a formal introduction about myself. Ethan here from Investing Note. Good evening, everybody, for joining this webinar that we held in partnership with Futu Moomoo. Right. Thanks for everybody. I hope you guys had dinner already. And of course, we have the special guest for today. It's Dr. T. And as you know, Dr. T can say hi, right?
Hello.
So, yes, so this webinar is called the top 5 factors that you got to look at when you're investing in REITs. All right. So before we start, I will give a shout out to our partner Moomoo on the app and the platform that they're offering. All right. Take a look here. All right. Let's take 1 minute, 30 seconds to see what they offer.
Everyone around me is talking about investing. Do you invest too?
Moomoo.
There's so much research to do, but so little time.
Moomoo.
But how do I actually start?
Moomoo.
Download Moomoo! Investing made easier. Download Moomoo now.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. So that was, the Moomoo app. And of course, Moomoo prides themselves as, one of these leading brokers with a good customer service. All right. So once again, a shout out to them for being a partner of this exclusive webinar. All right. Without further ado, Dr. T, the time is yours.
All right. Okay. Thank you to Ethan for the introduction, and thank you to this Moomoo for the special arrangement. Right. So this Dr. T here. Today, the main topic is actually focusing on the REITs, especially using these 5 factors. Okay. So what are the 5 factors? LOFTP, not the what 金木水火土. I purposely put the 9 planets over here, but you no need to align all the stars for the perfect moment. So later I'll show you what are key stars or the so-called factors for investment before you take action on this global REITs. So the plan is this way. So I'll use probably 45 minutes on the presentation side, and then roughly 50 minutes or so, right, on the Q&A with a practical demo. So later on, in case you have any burning question or any case study you want to look at for the REITs, since today our topic is on REITs only, so you can probably think of one. So during the Q&A, in case that is not discussed in my presentation, you can ask me later on. Okay. Yes. So this is before we start further from here. So this is for educational purpose. So Dr. T will share with you, right, how to take actions, but you have to actually make your own decision, applying that as a potential, as one of the consideration for your strategy. Okay, so let's move on from here. Quick introduction of Dr. T. I have over 20 years of investment experience. All right, but of course not limited to REIT. Okay, so REIT is one of my interests as well. And in future, you got chance, you can learn further from me. I've written over 200 articles. Right. So today I have a time constraint. Feel free to drop by my website or the Investing Note to actually learn further. Okay. So Dr. T, so today, how should we start from here? Right. I'll start from the basic first, the foundation. Right. So Dr. T, what's the investing philosophy? Very simple. Regardless REITs or any stocks. Number one, should look at a giant. A giant is defined a stock, okay, by internal strength, not limited to just a fundamental alone. right? But in general, strong growing business having this strong economy mode, right? At the same time, right, this price can perform, okay? And when we look at the giant, don't buy immediately. You must wait for the giant to fall down first, meaning like wait for the price correction to buy low, and then they don't sell high, and helping the giant to wake up again. Huh? So you must time for the right entry. So later on, I'll combine the 5 factors together to show you how to do that. Look for the REIT giant, right? Wait for the correction, and then buy low, sell high. Huh? As simple as that. All right. At the same time, Dr. T, what are the 5 factors or the 5 stars? Just now you say must align. Can. All right. This is a so-called LOFTP strategy. Dr. T has 55 strategies or 55 methods. So here I actually shortlist 5 of them, right, which is easier for you to master, right? Basically, it's levels 1, 2, 3, 4, optimism, fundamental, technical, and personal analysis. Okay, that's focusing on the fundamental analysis here. Basically, looking at the value. Value is actually what you get, and price is what you pay. So that's why fundamental analysis, FA or technical analysis, these two must come together. Fata, okay. And at the same time, you are the most important. Your mind control, your greed and fear, you must actually overcome that, right? How to buy when other people are fearful, and how to sell when other people are greedy. So this is actually a $1 million question. So this is called PA, or stand for personal analysis, or as simple as you must know your personality. Are you a short-term trader, or are you a long-term investor? So a lot of people thought REIT is only for maybe dividend investing for long-term. I disagree with that. Later I'll show to you. You can even do momentum trading, right, using REIT, right? So later I'll show you at least 3 or 4 different strategies, right, for using this REIT investing or trading. Okay, at the same time, combine that together is called the optimism, looking at the inefficiency between fundamental and technical to buy low, sell high, and more importantly, align to unique personality, and studying across different levels. For example, you look at REIT, then the sector could be in terms of the this property rental, right? And then the country of your REITs. Today, I'll show to you at least 3 countries of REITs: Singapore, right, Hong Kong, and USA. Right? In fact, you can generalize that to the whole world. Right? So this is actually in a nutshell, levels, right? Optimism, fundamental and technical, and personal analysis. Okay, I'll go through step by step, but in general, the level is actually to show to you, you need to align to your sector or the country. For example, today, if whole Singapore or the whole world bearish, then this REIT could be affected. Yeah, in fact, today I think over 90% of stocks are falling down, but the few REITs are still doing well. Later we'll take a look. Okay, at the same time, right? I'll also explain to you what's the optimism, and then with application on fundamental. And later on during the Q&A, I will do a practical demo on the technical analysis. And you just need to actually make a decision on your own personality. PA is something you have to do yourself, right? You have to answer, are you a short-term trader or long-term investor, right? Before you position in any REITs or even any global stocks, right? Although today, I kind of like focusing in the REITs, but actually the technique is applicable in any stock of the whole world, right? Okay, let's move on to the most important method of the LOFTP, especially in optimism, right? Some of you probably have heard the Dr. T optimism method before, but for the sake of those who listen for the first time, let me explain in a quick way. So this could be the prices, could be anything, right? And the optimism, how it works is you need to have an intrinsic value here. Once you know a value, then you know the up and down, the low and high. So you can use this optimism from 0 to 100% to define your entry and exit. For example, less than 25% optimism to go in, between 25 and 75 to hold it, above 75 to sell or exit, and then wait for correction to, and then buy low again. Buy low, sell high is just one method. We can also buy high, sell higher, especially for momentum trading. Regardless which percentage you belong to, from short-term trading, the type A, all the way to the long-term investing, type C or D. Okay, all can benefit from this method. But optimism is just one of the LOFTP technique. Later I'll show to you. You need to still combine with the rest. look for the winter time when our people are fearful to go in, and the summer of the stock market means when it's too bullish, right? Then at the same time, right, when other people are greedy, you need to get out from there. So this is just a qualitative. Later I'll show to you how to be in quantitative way, how can measure the low and high, right? And time for the entry and exit using the this optimism, integrating with the LOFTP, levels, optimism, fundamental, technical, and personal analysis. The 5 stars, right? Ideally to align, but sometimes you may miss 1 or 2, which is fine, huh? Okay, we continue, right? So to buy low, sell high, right? This is called the probability of success, right? Why you purposely wait for the giant to fall down to here? So their upside is more than the downside, right? So in fact, optimism is a probability calculator, huh? Okay, so today, because I need to go through a slightly faster pace to actually give you more value, especially to free up extra time for Q&A. So allow me to go through all this quick application. Right? Even some probably you'll still have some question. In future, you can learn further from Dr. T. Huh? Okay, so Dr. T, why need to look at market outlook? Even today, look at REIT. For example, you see today the entire STI falling down. And last night, entire whole USA coming down as well. So the levels is important. You must know the bigger market, the sector, the country, how they perform. You cannot insist to look at what your one little REIT. Huh? The whole world will not care about your REIT. Right? Why? Because the REIT is actually a follower as well. Right? So let's look at the STI today. Right? So technically, the optimism. Dr. T, are you sure the optimism is low? I just want to show to you, right? If you have taken action in September last year, when Dr. T has been invited by Investing Note before, right? Look at here, the low hanging fruit. You can buy low, you can sell high. So this is the $1 million so-called question. Where's the low and high? Right, the 1997, after the Asian financial crisis, to buy low, optimism will tell you where is it. Basically 25% optimism or lower, below the green line you can buy. And the year 2000 .com bubbles, right? Before that, the .com bubble burst, you can actually sell high. 203, right? SARS and Gulf War, you can buy low. 207, right? Before the subprime crisis, right? Getting worse, you can sell high. 208, 209, during the subprime crisis, after printing money, QE1, you can go in. Right? You have 3 exit points, 3011, 13, or 15. Right, and then of course a pandemic, you can buy low again. That is last year. In fact, all this timing, the perfect timing using the optimism, one of the 5 factors in LFTP. Right, once you align to the STI, meaning you align to the country, then your probability of success will be higher. Okay, for example, all right, this STI since the last 1 year recovering. If you take action on this REIT, right, your chance of success is very, very high, huh? Yeah, so in fact, you don't need to wait for the perfect time to buy the lowest and sell the highest. A lot of people thought must have that kind of a crystal ball. No need, just buy low enough. Even you're not buying the most perfect, you can do an average down. You can put it here, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. You don't need to know the exact lowest, but you must have the gut to go in. Firstly, you must know what are the giant, right? For example, applying some simple fundamental analysis, right? Make sure it's a good REIT. Even you're running out of idea, later Dr. T will show you a few case studies using global REITs. Okay, Dr. T, this is a past, September over already. Okay, let's take the time machine, move to today. Everyone, all right, wear your safety belt. Now come to year 2021. Okay, I have not updated until evening today because due to only 1 hour time. So I update until yesterday. Still okay. Yeah, so optimism or not very much. So from 24% now goes up to 41. Okay, today down a bit, 1+%, but optimism probably dropped to 40%, which is all right. We still got discount. It means that right now you buy REITs likely at the fair price as well. Later I'll show you the sector of the REITs, how the sector index or the ETF is performing. Okay, so it means right now you got some discount, although not a tremendous discount here. These are for those long-term investor. Every 10 years, you just need to take action one time. Okay, But if you, due to certain reason, cannot take action, now is the second best. Why? Because we're looking at the pandemic recovery. Right. At the same time, we look at this medium term. Long term is every probably 5 to 10 years you can buy low, sell high. Right. And medium term, Optimism can customize for it every probably 1 or 2 years. Okay, or 6 months or 12 months. Okay, for example, pandemic you can buy low, and now it's actually on a high Optimism. Right, but the SCI is a weakness. Right, the medium term, the trend is still down. Okay, usually for investing, especially on trading side, we do not want to actually trade with downtrend. So, but the good news is this downtrend likely will be broken up, because the SCI, in fact, it seems a bit weak, but actually, do you know that relatively, compared with Asian stock market especially, it's actually more bullish than other country. Okay, today I only have time to show you on the Singapore side. In future, you got the interest to learn about Hong Kong, Malaysia, China, USA. Right, you can actually follow Dr. T lah. In investing note later on, I'll show you. You can actually follow Dr. T to continue with the my articles, right, to learn further. Today we got limited time here. And Dr. T about short term. Short term could be a few weeks to a few months. So this is a good sign. It's still uptrend. Right. At the same time, Optimism is on the lower side. So this is actually a mini so-called good opportunity. I wouldn't say excellent. Excellent was here. This is called September last year was excellent. Or even you can buy in the March. Okay, last year even better, but you don't need to buy at the lowest. Okay, so right now, in general, right, the country is supporting the REITs. So there are roughly 40 REITs in Singapore. You must know what are the good REITs to buy. So which is more important. So let's move on now on the practical side of the REITs. Straight to the point, okay? But don't be too fast to click a button, Anyway, you need to think through for one day, one night, Okay, so Dr. T, how to position in REITs and what are REITs? REIT is one form of dividend investing. In fact, the technique here can be generalized for any form of dividend investing, right? But since today I focus on the REITs, I just take out maybe this Capital Mall Trust, okay, which is now combined with Capital, this Land Commercial Trust becomes CICT, Capital Land Integrated Commercial Trust. Okay, the sponsor is actually Capital Land. You're the unit holder, meaning you're the shareholder, right? And at the same time, right, this you have the this trustee, right, representing your interest, and then they will hire this so-called this REIT manager, okay, which will actually manage the portfolio. For example, right, Capital Mall Trust actually take control of roughly 70% shopping malls in the whole Singapore. If not enough, you can buy like the Fraser Centrepoint Trust. That could be another 20% also. Okay, then we have a property manager who will deal with the in and out of the daily operation. Okay, so in general, REIT, right, it's as simple as you play the role as a landlord. And the best thing is you no need to chase for the renter, because some tenant don't pay rental. How you let this group of professionals help you to chase for the renter. For example, your Tampines Mall, your Junction 8, okay, your IAM and so on. So the tenants, right, they actually pay the renters, right, according to this REITs law, right. As long as the REIT, right, offset the expenses, 90% of the rental income, the net income actually they pay back to the shareholder in the form of dividend. Then our dear government actually will waive their tax. So that's why, especially in Singapore, you can get probably 1 or 2% extra, dividend yield compared with, let's say, like maybe Hong Kong REIT or this US REIT or Malaysian REIT. Yeah, so that's why Singapore REIT is actually famous for dividend investing. But in fact, you no need to invest in REIT for dividend. Dr. T, are you okay or not? You say invest in REIT, no need for dividend. Very simple. Dividend is just like honey to the bees. So once they see the so-called dividend, honeys will fly here, like the traders. They help you to push it up. So you have a chance to buy low, sell high, or buy high, sell higher. For example, using momentum trading, using cyclical trading, no need to even hold it, right, for the dividend, right? In fact, sometimes after X dividend, right, the dividend, the share price actually will correct down. So that's why unless you're very long term, you may not need to insist must collect dividend. So that is on the higher level, more advanced strategy for dividend investing. Okay, but let Dr. T follow more traditional method, meaning you buy dividend, buy REIT is to collect dividend, hold it for the passive income, and at the same time, I hold it for the share price to grow. Two things to grow. The dividend will grow and the share price will grow. So meaning you get the best of two worlds, right? Okay, let's continue from here. This is a list of 30 STI. For example, you sorted by dividend, you will get a Ascendus REIT. Okay, we're focusing maybe those REIT, Fraser Logistic and Commercial Trust. Okay, all these are quite all right. Mapletree Com Trust, which is your Vivo City, right? This is a CICT. This is a Mapletree Logistic Trust, right? This is a Temasek stock as well. Then we got MIT here, Mapletree Industrial Trust, Keppel DC REIT. Nowadays, REITs, roughly contribute near to roughly 10% of the STI. Okay, still the weightage not a lot, but getting stronger. In fact, a few, in this waiting list, right? Once there's one STI component kick out, there are a few more in the waiting list. They are all belong to this REIT, except this Netlink. Okay, so we continue here. So we don't go for the highest dividend yield because this could be a trap. For example, last time you see this like SPH probably pay you over 70%, this dividend yield. That is called past dividend yield. That is called the lagging one. They probably cannot pay that again, But luckily, Singapore Press Holding now becomes Singapore Property Holding, Luckily, Akong, probably take it back, so still got the chance. Okay, anyway, that is a side story. Let's focusing back on the REIT. Hey, Dr. T, SPH got SPH REIT. Don't forget it. Of course. Okay, so wherever the SPH investor lucky, okay, yeah. So let's say SPH right now sell to this Keppel Corp. Keppel Corp got Keppel REIT. Okay, got SPH REIT if combined together. Okay, anyway, again there are 30-40 REITs. All right, so let Dr. T later show you a few case studies. I won't say they are the best, okay? But at the same time, to define best, you need to actually looking at your personality. So LOFTP, the most important is a PA. Are you a short-term trader or long-term investor? After that, LOFTP, right, is actually the TA. Buy with the uptrend, short with the downtrend. Of course, for REIT, usually we do not do shorting. Okay, LOFTP. Okay, later on the TA, I will actually use a practical demo to show to you. All right, probably one quick method how to do that. Follow trend to do that. LOFTP, the F, the fundamental analysis. All right, in a short while, I'll show that. LOFTP, the O, stand for optimism. All right, look at here. This is CICT, or last time I was Capital Mall Trust. Pandemic time, $1.50, right? And then later on, even near to $2. All this has been low optimism during pandemic time. So you have at least a few months, at least 6 months, you can buy low. Last time it was low was during subprime crisis here, in year 2008, 2009. After waiting for roughly 11 years, I finally got chance to buy low. So that's why for those patient investor, you don't need to buy or sell so often. Every 10 years, as you buy one property. Okay, and the best thing, no need to pay $1 million. This is 2.13. Singapore, 100 unit in one lot. So technically, you just need to have $213. Later on, our second speaker actually have chance to show to you what the opportunity. Okay, anyway, we come to here. So if you can buy low, no need to actually sell high. You can sell at the fair price. This is Dr. T intrinsic value here. So this is actually, the fair price. You can buy low, sell fair price, buy low, one day, sell at fair price over here. All right, as simple as that, but you must have the patience. Okay, by the way, this CICT is more for a dividend play. All right, let's look at the fundamental. All right, what should you pay attention? right? So please write down, right, this rule, right? The dividend payment should be uptrend and getting more and more. Of course, during pandemic, it has a dip, right? But we can understand this is probably like, a crisis of the century. At least your Tampines Mall, did not go bankrupt, right? Did not fall down. Yeah, in fact, you read the latest, the 2021, the H1 financial report right now. The first half of the year, right? This CICT can pay more dividend, right? Because everything compared to the relative low here. Definitely, right? You compare with the weak base, right? The next 1 year will be, all getting better and better, huh? Okay, but even you look at it, right? You just look at an average, right? It has been uptrend. Every 10 years, double dividend itself. Okay, it's as if last time you get paid 5%, now you can get 10% dividend yield, something like that. With a condition, you can hold it for roughly 10 years. Okay, yeah. So only then you make sure dividend payment, right, is going up. Only then you look at dividend yield. All right. So many people actually fall into the trap of dividend yield. Don't look at it as a number one. Look at it as a number two. By the way, ROE more than 5% is probably more meaningful for general stocks, right? For REIT, ROE may not be as important, right? Because certain REIT, in fact, ROE may not be as strong because for REIT, we are paying more attention to this rental income, okay? So you can double check to make sure the cash flow is strong, which is more important, huh? Okay, so technically, right, you're the landlord. You make sure your tenant, right, pay you that the renter, and the best thing is you don't need to collect renter, right? This CICT will gyro to your account, every this 1 or 2 quarters. Okay, as simple as that. So the best time to buy this giant is always during here. But assuming you miss it right now, optimism is 33%. It's not too bad, huh? You decide. Okay, let's move on to the second example. But before that, let's look at level 2, the sector. This is entire REITs. Assuming Dr. T, can I buy ETF or not? Can. You buy 40 REITs in Singapore, guess what? 1,000 points can drop by 70%. You could suffer 70% capital loss, even you buy everything. Because, right, this is called a systematic risk. Only optimism can minimize it, right? If you buy diversification, that is only helping you to minimize the unsystematic risk. So you don't need to buy too many stocks. 10 to 20 giant stocks, good enough already, huh? For example, today, through Dr. T case studies, you look for one of the good REIT, either in Singapore, may not be the best, huh? At least it's good in Singapore or the in Asia. Then in future, you can learn further from Dr. T to buy one good healthcare stock, one good property stock, one good oil and gas. Form your dream team, 10 to 20 giant stocks. Wait for the crisis to come. Right? Crisis is opportunity if it's a giant. Crisis is crisis if the apple is already rotten. If apple is already rotten, even $1 apple selling you at the 1 cent is too expensive. Okay, because it's a losing business. Right? So look at that during pandemic, entire risk ETF dropped to low optimism, nearly low optimism. Probably close around 20+%. Okay, right now it's near to a fair price. So next time, you can wait for the sky to fall down, but easy to say that. Dr. T, I swear, I promise, for sure, I'll press a button. If the last 1 year you did not do anything, I may not believe you. I'd rather you to take action instead of must look for the buy low, sell high. In fact, you can buy at a fair price, sell high. You can buy high, sell higher, right? With various strategy. Okay, here basically there are 2 ways, right? You can get or maximize your dividend yield. Number 1, you can buy and hold, right, a dividend giant, right? Every 10 years or double itself. 5% can become 10%, 10% become 20% dividend yield. Right? At the same time, you can wait for the price to drop by half during a crisis, while is the giant still remain strong fundamentally. Right? Still can pay you rental income, business still growing. Then you're using a constant, right, or using a so-called a growing dividend divided by a share price drop by half, meaning the dividend yield will become double, right? So this is actually 2 ways to make money for you, right? But Dr. T, now it's too late already meet optimism, right? Can you show me other REIT, right? Apply other strategy. Instead of buy low, can I buy at the so-called fair price and how to actually sell at the high. Okay, let's move on to the next case studies on Parkway Life. Okay, during the pandemic in March, Dr. T assigned this Parkway Life as a homework to my own students. I have over 3,000 students, right? So they learn from me here, right? So at the time, the 5 stars align. Guess what? This is a hospital REIT. So your this Glen Eagle Hospital, your this Mount Elizabeth Hospital. Okay, so the tenants, the hospital, they pay for rental, and recently they signed a new agreement, another 15 years. 15 years lock-in already with this so-called Parkway Pantai. Huh? Okay, so the owner at the same time through the REIT here. And at that time, I remember there was $2.60. Right now, you see, everything is a history already. 80% rise. Dr. T, so now already 70% optimism, already high. So probably some people want to get out already. So in that case, can you show me one example? Can buy one. Hey, this is a no-brainer. Okay, this is actually right a stock. Even sky fall down. You think people still need to go to hospital? We are talking about Mount Elizabeth. The rich people go there. Huh? Okay, Dr. T, right now, the Parkway Life can really pay roughly 3+% dividend yield. Now you're not investing in Parkway Life anymore because that investing opportunity was last year. Right? If you can learn from Dr. T 1 year earlier, that would be good. But now it's never too late because you can still do trading. The same stock, guess what? Now from 10+ years, you see in the last 10+ years, right? If you can buy and hold, you can get 7 times return. Dr. T was a meaning of 7 times. Go in 1,000, come out 7,000. Go in 100,000, come out 700,000. But you must have the risk appetite to hold through it. Right? Although I must say Parkway Life is one of the good REIT, right, suitable potentially for buy and hold. Right? Even for as long as for your lifetime. Assuming Parkway Life, right, will not go bankrupt halfway lah. So that's why we need a giant, right, to define a giant, right? And then you need the Dr. T, right? This so-called risk certification to make sure every year is a giant. Hey, by the way, not all the stocks will be giant forever. For example, another this hospital REIT called the First REIT. First REIT has been a giant, for many years, right? Until the last 1-2 years, right? This sponsor, the sponsor is a Lipo Karachi, right? Due to some weak business of the property in Indonesia, causing the entire portfolio to getting weaker. Huh? Otherwise, First REIT, is actually a very good REIT. Right now, it's a downgrade to just an average REIT. It's not a junk REIT. Huh? Even you subscribe to this First REIT, this right issue, right now it's okay. You see, from 20 cent the right issue, now at least I think the price could be around 27 cent or so. Huh? Right. Okay, we move on to the Parkway Life for trading. Trading talking about buy high, sell higher. Okay, meaning you don't need to buy low here like last year. Technically, you're using shorter term, right? So you apply Dr. T short-term optimism. Dr. T technique optimism is one of my 55 styles. Just 55 methods is too much. So this is only 1 star here, or 1 of 5 stars LOFTP. Okay, so assuming your PA is a short-term trader, then you apply this strategy. Assuming your personality or PA is a long-term investor, then you apply this buy low, sell high, or buy low and hold long-term or lifetime, right? Whether for 7 times return or for 80% return, you decide. Or here, in 6 months only, 20%. I know you probably will look down 20% only. All right, look at here today, 90% of stocks falling down. But do you know Parkway Life today is one of few stock can go up relative to yesterday price. So that's why it's not easy, to actually qualify for that, Okay, anyway, but you must actually master the so-called the right way of buy high, sell higher. For example, you can integrate with a breakout strategy. Later on, come to practical, right? Dr. T will save some time to apply technical analysis to show to you how to do this trend following system. Okay, let's move on from Singapore to this Hong Kong, or the Asia largest REIT called Link REIT. Link REIT is as if your HDB, right? Go and commercialize neighborhood. So those shop houses or even a car park become a REIT. You just imagine how defensive it is, right? And this REIT in the last 10 plus years can go up by 6 times. Go in 100,000, come out 600,000. And the good news, the optimism is still low. Unlike just now Parkway Life, already 80% optimism. Link REIT from $99 Hong Kong dollar dropped to $58 during pandemic. Right, despite recovering 25% over here in the last 1 year, right, that recovery, right, at the moment still belong to low optimism. So that's why you still have got chance to buy low, sell high, but you must know what is Link REIT is doing. You must understand why in Hong Kong, one car park, I heard could be $1 million. One car park, you want to own one car park, right? So, but of course in Singapore may not be so expensive, but Hong Kong property is even more expensive than in Singapore. Huh? Okay, anyway, this is one of the pain of the Hong Kong people. Hong Kong people got 3 mountains or 3 pains. One of them is a Link REIT. Okay, so you can do a simple Google why that become their public enemy, huh? Because of their shop houses becomes their rental reversion. Every year can go up by 20%. Right, so that's why Link REIT may not want to actually lock in like Parkway Life 15 years, because if you lock in 15 years, they rugi. Okay, so instead, probably short term, every few years, I resign a new contract. This 20% plus reversion was the last 10 years. In the last 1-2 years, this rental increment is getting slower. I think they hit the saturation point already. Huh? So now, in fact, from Hong Kong, they also move on, expand to even to China side. Okay, pay some attention. This stock is not easy. If you catch the wrong optimism, it can drop by 50%, right? During the subprime crisis, right? During pandemic, it can drop by 40%. But what does it mean? When people are fearful, right? You know what's the next sentence already. But I cannot answer to you because I cannot tell you everyone to buy. Because to buy or sell, right, you requires a strategy aligned to a unique personality. So PA must come first. No one able to ask you to buy this stock, to buy low, sell high, or buy low and hold, right? So that's why don't just take what Dr. T say here, because right, that statement is conditional based on your personality. PA come first, LOFTP. Align to the Hong Kong levels. Do you know what's the Hong Kong Hang Seng? You don't know, right? Right. In future, got chance, so you can read Dr. T article. They don't follow Dr. T in investing note. You can read that already. LOFTP, the optimism is low. LOFTP, the F, I did not show you fundamental. Right. This Link REIT is excellent. Okay. LOFTP, the O, protecting you. Upside more than the downside. LOFTP, the L, also protecting you despite the China government, right, recently correct down the, that the technology sector. But the Link REIT is defensive in nature. Okay, in fact, right now, later I'll show you on TA side, it's a bit bearish, which is a good news, especially for contrarian investor. Contrarian investor meaning other people are fearful, they are happy. Yeah. It's like abnormal person, huh? But frankly speaking, if you are a true investor, right? In fact, contrarian is the best. But more than 90% of you, I believe you are more suitable as a trend follower. Even for investing, you can wait for the recovery first. So Dr. T later I'll show you the technical analysis when it comes to practical demo, how to do the trend following. Huh? Okay, so 4% dividend yield or 6 times capital gains. All right. So you see, you can just wait. At the end, you see, Dr. T, I miss it. At the end, I can tell you, even someone buy at the 80% optimism or 70% optimism, high optimism, at the end, assuming it fall down, maybe lose 10 to 20%, whichever. But this person at least can buy. So that's why too many people analyze until paralyzed. They calculate too much, think too much, until cannot press a button. All right. So in fact, in my opinion, right, if you got this fund to buy 10 stocks, right? Today still empty-handed. At least plan for 1 or 2, okay? And the rest 8, after you shoot 1 bullet already. For example, assuming Link REIT, you go in here, Dr. T, I go in $70 assuming, then fall down how? Average down lah, $60, 1,000, $50, 1,000. Your worry is After you shoot one bullet, no more bullet can shoot already. Why? It may actually go up. So that's why average down could be your defensive planning, because during winter time you can collect 4% dividend yield. Your bank only give you 0.3% dividend interest rate. Your Singapore saving bonds only give you 0.5% for 1 year. This is as if your fixed deposit in the stock market 4%. Do you think the equivalent to HDB in the Singapore, in Hong Kong, do you think this stock will go bankrupt? I cannot answer to you, but if you buy this stock at $73, assuming this week drop to $70, then every day you regret, should not have listened to Dr. T. I shouldn't have gone in. Right? It means you have a mismatch of your PA or percentage. It means a strategy you're applying is wrong already. Right? So if you need to monitor the market every day, then look at long term. Let me show you at least one more short-term stock. Okay, now let's move on from Hong Kong to USA before I move on the practical side. ELS, Dr. T, CMA, Equity Lifestyle Property. What is this? This is a special REIT. Can do long-term investing, also can do short-term trading. Look at lifestyle here. This is their property is like those resort type, like those retirees. Okay, so that's why during pandemic the share price is affected. Subprime crisis also affected. But dividend yield is very little, only 2%. But it's one of the best REIT you can find. Why I say that? Even dividend yield is only 2%, because a share price has gone up 10 times in the last 20 years. Not 20 years. In fact, it's the last 10 plus years. Okay, from $8 US dollar to $82. Going in 1,000, come out 10,000. Going in 100,000, come out $1 million. But you must have the gut to hold through that 10 plus years. You can buy low, sell high. You can buy low even at here. For example, Dr. T student 3 years ago before pandemic even entered here. Right? Pandemic fall down, they don't lose money. Why? Because it come back to the same price. Assuming you buy low, you don't sell. Right? After that, guess what? You still make money after pandemic is recovering. Yeah, so this part is around 70% during pandemic over here, right? So you don't need to actually buy super low, right? But Dr. T, this is already 76% optimism. People want to sell already. How can I take action on this stock? I actually regret, get to know you a bit too late. Fine, never too late. At the end, do you know who you are? Are you a short-term or long-term investor? Do you know what's a LOFTP? Do you know how to align the 5 stars? This is a $1 million question, which is more important. Action taking is more important. Do it every day, follow other people. Okay, so Dr. T have 55 styles, at least you master 1 style. Today I teach you about the growth investing. You can buy and hold Parkway Life. Today Dr. T teach you about momentum trading. You can buy high, sell higher. Today Dr. T teach you about cyclical investing. You can buy low, sell high. Buy low, don't know. Why I say don't know? Because no one knows the future. But optimism is a forward-looking indicator. It's a smart method. Okay, so but no one can answer that question because we cannot see through the future. So that's why LOFTP is not purely using what crystal ball. If you read through further, each of the LOFTP levels, optimism, fundamental, technical, and personal analysis, all are important. Of course, if you think 5 factors not enough, next time you can learn from Dr. T 55 factors. I got 55 styles. This is for both trading investing developed over the last 20 plus years. Okay, and let's look at the same stock for trading purpose. The same stock, I got 3 time frame. This long term, you can buy low, sell high. You can buy low and hold. Medium term, you see, this is medium term. Pandemic, you can buy low, you can sell high. So buy low, sell high here for pandemic, around 1 year plus is roughly 50% gains. Quite good already, 50%. You can also in the short term buy high, sell higher. Okay, yeah, it's already high. All right, now can become higher. 40% gain. This is more than Parkway Life. Parkway Life in the last 6 months go up 20%. This last 6 months go up 40%. Okay, Yeah, in fact, this stock at the moment, all right, still strong trend. All right, but you need to actually combine with technical analysis. Later I'll show to you how to combine together. Okay, I purposely reserve roughly 50 minutes for Q&A, which you can type your question in the Zoom box. And if anyone, asks, okay, try to use a Zoom box, because I cannot read the YouTube, the chat, unless Ethan help me to type the question over here. Okay, this is actually investing note. This my account, which you can follow. It means that let me show you my this investing note account. It means that you can actually come to here. Let me show to you at the same time do a practical. This is investing note account. Once you follow here to come to here, you click a follow sign. Okay, in future, Dr. T, every week I write, oh, now you see, got the sound coming in. People start to click follow already. So in the last 1 year, I've written roughly 200 articles. For example, a few weeks ago, I wrote about 3 major banks plus a giant bank called Signature Bank. Although today our topic is on REIT. I have one article, I think, on all the 40, 50 REITs and business trusts in the whole Singapore. You go and find it. Okay, investing note here. Make sure you get one account from investing note. 3 golden rules. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Q&N Dental, 70% profit and so on. Okay, how to take action on the bull stock. Okay, I won't go into details and so on, because I want to save the time, right, to do the practical. So what I can do is very simple. Type one REIT in your chat box. Okay, hopefully in Zoom chat box. Okay, and later on, if I got time, I will help to actually analyze it. So just now Dr. talk about 4 REITs, right? Parkway Life, this is CICT, ELS in USA, plus this so-called link REIT. Okay, so I will actually using technical analysis to show to you. So this is Parkway Life for the midterm, right? This is Parkway Life for the short term. The difference is for short term, I'll look at the 6 months, right? For the midterm, I'll look at roughly 2 years. Of course, you can also look at long term on that as well. Okay, while Dr. T doing the case study for the 4 stocks, you can type question. Because if you are shy, Dr. T, I'm happy to end on time. I end faster than you rugi already. Right? If I were you, I'll type at least one more REIT beside the 4 REITs I mentioned earlier. In this chat box, so that later on, Dr. T actually can actually help you to analyze further. But I will use the next 5 to 10 minutes to analyze on the Parkway Life. Okay, so this is yes. Go ahead.
Dr. T, there are already some questions in the chat box.
You help me to got chat box, me
in the Q&A section.
Q&A, must click on Q&A. Okay,
Q&A,
can.
yes.
Oh,
Q&A
no wonder
section.
you hide over there. Okay, can. Okay, okay. One asking about ESR REIT, and then one ask which is Singapore REIT. Wow, Lynette, you are too direct lah. Already give you two REITs, not happy. Parkway Life and the CICT. Okay, and then we got one anonymous attendee asking. So the US economy is still uncertain. Is it still good to hold on to the US REIT like the Manulife or the Prime US REIT? Okay, all these are valid questions. Basically, right now, US REIT must link to the US property. US property right now, do you know, is a high optimism again, right? But remember, we got pandemic recovery as a protection. So now we also worry if there could be a version 2.0 .com bubble may come. Yeah, so it's a very concern. Yeah, so it's possible the sky could fall down again. But with a pandemic recovery, economy getting stronger, I'll say that probability is weaker or slimmer. Yeah, so but you may reduce a position. For example, your US REIT, or is actually getting higher optimism. You may actually sell progressively. That's one way to reduce your so-called your risk. Okay. Of course, you can also do a change horse, meaning sell your US REIT. For example, just now you see the link REIT, not bad, because like the Hong Kong, this is Singapore, they are more defensive. The dividend yield could be 4 to 6%, while US is more for the growth, for the momentum, So I'll say both axes, their one strength. Okay, you don't mind? Let me use the next 5 minutes or so to look at the 4 case studies here because I only have 10 minutes of the time given to me here. Later also don't run away because got the special so-called lobang by the next speaker. Okay, we come to here. Looking at here on the Parkway Life REIT. Parkway Life, you can look at the 40 weeks moving average or the 200 days. Okay, if it times 5 is 200 days, from 40 weeks to 200 days. So this stock is trending up. So you can, for example, using the 4 weeks cross the 10 weeks, okay, as a so-called entry exit. So whenever the red line cross the green line, entry, exit, entry, exit. All right, do you get what I'm saying? Dr. T, liabo you catch no ball. How to do that? All right, let me draw for you to catch the ball. Okay, what I'm saying is make sure 200 days trending up. This is a so-called 40 weeks or 200 days. So whenever your red line cross the this so-called the green line, you can E for entry. Okay, and then you can put the last low here, S for stop loss. And then here, once you cross, you can T for take profit. So this is a so-called SET method. Okay, right? Entry, stop loss, and take profit. Right, and then the next round will be around here. Second installment payment, right? Third installment payment. Until now, you still not need to get out from Parkway Life yet. Okay, yeah. So you worry the Glen Eagle or Mount Elizabeth will disappear one day out of the blue. So you insist Parkway Life to pay you every few months. You can apply Dr. T the method just now. Okay, Dr. T, how about using short term? Okay, short term is like this. All right, we come to the short term chart using the 6 months daily chart. Just now was a weekly chart. Now we move on to daily chart. This is a very simple but powerful technique. And for short term trading, then you make sure your this 50 days are trending up. So this is a 50 days moving average. All right, whenever your price drop below the so-called the 20 days, right, you cancel vacation. Right, once it cross upward, then you can go in again. Here is not so clear cut. Probably here is clearer, right? Like here, right? Once you go down, this so-called the green line of 20 days, right? You cancel vacation. Once it cross upward, you E for entry, and then put the last low here, S for stop loss, and then when you cross the green line here, T for take profit. Okay, recently it has another round over here, Right, you see, you cross the green here a bit, So another E for entry. So at the moment, still no need to get out. Okay, you still can hold. Even there's a potential, you may enter and sell at the same price, still okay. Even there's this method, by the way, is not 100% foolproof. It's based on probability. But guess what? Even you enter, you still lose money. For example, stop loss, assuming you go in, next day you fall down more than the so-called exit point, is okay. Right? You let the profit run, and then you cut your so-called limit your losses, right? So this is a so-called risk to reward ratio. So how to lose money when you're out and out over out, right? Is several times bigger. Yeah. So Dr. T, this is the TA, the LOFTP, the TA called the technical analysis. Okay, I have many ways of doing technical analysis. This is just one of the quick way. One of the simplest way, called the trend analysis. Okay, I only have roughly 7 minutes. So let me move on to the other 3 REITs. Okay, now I will not draw it to save the time, but you can apply the same way. This is Link REIT. This is using the so-called medium term, 40 weeks. You see the 200 days or 40 weeks is trending up. So when the blue line cross the green line, E for entry, and then here ask you to get out. So now Link REIT cannot enter because of the exit was like probably 4 or 5 weeks ago. So when to enter again, you went this red line cross the green line again, you can enter. But I'm talking about trend follower. Today, if you are counter trend investor, meaning you're contrarian investor like Warren Buffett. In fact, when people are fearful, you can become greedy. In fact, this is one of the best time to go in. Meaning here 1,000, every maybe 10% or 5% go down, you X%, you actually stagger it. Do you get what I'm saying? But you after you go in, you cannot every day go to investing node anymore. After you go in, then probably every 1 month go to investing node one time. Enough already, so that you will not get frightened. Understand? So that's why I say this is actually a very so-called minority method. Every 100 of you there are probably less than 5 or 10 of you can do contrarian. All right. Some people say catch the falling knife. Right. In fact, this growth investor purposely catch a falling knife. When it's falling down, you buy more because link REIT give you 4% dividend yield. Okay. Or you can follow the trend following here using the 50 days. Unfortunately, 50 days is not trending up. So it means link REIT right now not so suitable for trend following. Maybe for mid-term to long-term, possible, especially for contrarian, right? If you want to do trend following, must wait. Huh? Okay, let's move on to the CICT. Same thing as link REIT. Long-term here a bit congested. Okay, so right now I'll say CICT can give you roughly 5% dividend yield. In fact, the share price near to $2 here is quite attractive lah. But this stock, right, will not grow so much. You want a magic one, will go up what 50%, 100%, then don't buy this stock. This stock is like what Tampines Mall, what Junction 8, will not give you a lot of surprises, right? It will not like give you tremendous return, but definitely much better than most of your bond investment or even your dividend investing. Huh? Okay, so currently the trend is just okay only, right? But you don't need to wait for a perfect moment. For the short term, sideways. So that's why trader dislike this kind of stock, right? Traders only like uptrend or to long or downtrend to do shorting. So that's why this kind of sideways trend, they will not go in until probably do a breakout. Huh? Yeah, so we can actually ignore the stock if you're doing trading. All right, but today, if you're planning for investing for dividend, then I'll say quite all right, huh? Near to 5% dividend yield, huh? Especially they just announced, right, the 2021, the first half a year, the result is very good, huh? Of course, relative to pandemic, everything is very good, huh? So you must understand about so-called some illusion of statistic. Yeah, so don't blindly follow what fundamental. Anyway, but look at EIS, the last case studies. Before the last few minutes, I'll do a grand summary again. So this EIS is for the long term here, right? 200 days trending up. So at the moment, after you go in here, for example, like here, until today, still no need to get out. But if the next 1 week it cross here, then you have to get out as well. Huh? But at the moment, no need. Yeah. So who knows the correction right now globally could end the next week. You never know. Huh? All right. So how about for trading? Trading easier. Huh? Trading, you see, 50 days trading up. Every time, let me draw over here how to actually get the so-called installment payment. So you're afraid US, could go bankrupt halfway. This kind of stock to go bankrupt very difficult, huh? Yeah. So you see, 50 days trending up. This is 50 days. Then when the price drop less than so-called the green line, here you cancel your vacation. Let me see. I have to use a microscope. Here, cancel vacation. All right. When you cross upward at the so-called the green line, E for entry. The last one here, S for stop loss. And you cross here again. Here T for take profit. Huh? Okay. After that, after you take profit, straight away go in the second time. E for E2, entry number 2. Okay. And then the so-called stop loss number 2. Okay, and then right now, right, this is the so-called take profit one more time. Everyone okay? Can follow? Okay, so that's all for this case studies here. I only have 2 minutes. I'll do a grand summary so that this 1 hour I take away from here. Later on, got chance I will actually do a so-called answering in the chat, because the second speaker will actually give you more lobang. Okay, Dr. T, what's a 2-minute summary? Right. I'll say today, Dr. T share about the LOFTP. Right. Even until now, you catch snowball. Right. At least 4 case studies, Parkway Life, right, link REIT, the CICT, and even ELS, the US REIT. But each of them require, right, different this strategy. Right. Even you're running our idea, right? Just remember to follow Dr. T. Right. 200 articles in the past will teach you how to do cyclical investing, buy low, sell high. How to do growth investing, buy low and hold, right? How to actually do momentum trading, buy high, sell higher, right? How to do actually crisis investing. Crisis investing, I'm talking about good crisis investing, not buy a junk stock at low. That one is not called crisis investing. That one is called so-called donating money. Okay, so just like you see, even you can integrate trading into investing, right? You can ask for installment payment from whoever the company, but you must have the gut to take one actions: buy, hold, sell, wait, or shorting. Today, if you listen to Dr. T at the end, do zero action. Your action can be as simple as a click or follow of Dr. T here. You see, right? After you follow through, right, you can actually, learn further from me because I have a time constraint. Okay, my time is almost up. Okay, the final 1 minute. So Dr. T, what's your final so-called conclusion? My one view this way: too many people learning what to buy, when to sell, right? Many people looking for stock tips. In fact, the stock is around us every day, right? In fact, you don't need to buy 1,000 stock in the whole world. Like today, Dr. T show you 4 stocks. As simple as start from there, okay? So here, Dr. T want to thank you to all of you for the special attention, all right? And I'll pass the time back to this the host, Ethan. I'll give you more lobang later on. All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's keep in touch. Okay, all right, Ethan, I pass back the time to you.
All right, thanks, Dr. T. Wow, it was super concise and comprehensive webinar on REITs, right? So thank you everybody for listening to Dr. T. So right now, I'd like to introduce another one of our special guests for tonight's webinar. So Josh is the business development manager of Moomoo Singapore, right? So Josh, he's going to share about some of these ongoing latest promotions that Moomoo is actually offering. So Josh, the time is yours.
Right. Thank you, Eden. Thanks for having me here. So just a quick introduction. My name is Josh, and I'm in charge of BD of Food to Singapore. So since Dr. T mentioned about all these trading ideas, and of course for Moomoo, you can always execute your trading ideas in real world. So actually, from a broker's perspective, we can also tell during this time period we have a strong interest. We can see the interest increase in SGX markets. And also our trading volume in terms of equity shares, REITs or ETFs increase every month on month is about double digits. So we can see the trend is there. So just want to take these opportunities to share with you all about how to trade REITs or maybe how to trade Singapore shares using the Moomoo app. So the sharing is pretty simple. Today, just agenda is just to cover 2 points. One is how to trade on Moomoo app. Then secondly is just want to share about our upcoming events and also the ongoing promotions. Then because I only have about 15 minutes, then if you do have any questions or inquiries about Moomoo app or about Futu, you can always write to us at the webinar at futusg.com. All right, just a quick one because the theory of Futu app is to make investment easier. So if you do have a chance to see this this Moomoo app, the interface is pretty simple and straightforward. So for us, we can offer you the trading access to US, to Hong Kong, to Singapore, or to China, or even you can trade mutual funds or even futures or all these derivatives. So if you see here, then you should be able to see all the US markets. Now it's about 8:48 p.m. today, and the market is going to open about 9:30. You should be able to see the price change because now it's on the pre-markets. And of course, you can see Hong Kong shares. So all these shares actually is on my list, and you can see the trend of each trading day. Then we have Singapore shares. So this is the main topic of the day. You can see we have equity shares, and we have REITs, we have ETFs, and of course, you can always see the index here. Then maybe for funds, it's more about mutual funds. We just introduced this to Singapore users sometime this month. We have China shares, we have futures, and of course, we have index. So back to the topic, Singapore shares. So just like mentioned by Dr. T. So if you know some shares or some REITs you want to invest, you can always search the ticker. So let's say for this one, the Maple Tree. We do have this Maple Tree Industry Trust. And so we can always see all these, the profile of this trust. Sometimes, Dr. T mentioned the dividend yield is very important. Yeah, so you can see the dividend yield here is about 4.05%. and based on the performance, you should be able to see is a good buy, is it good to buy or good to sell. Then you can always say, if you want to do a quick comparison, these Mapletree versus maybe another REITs, you can compare the P ratio, EPS, or even the PB ratios. We will present all the data here. And of course, you can see the performance of the REITs. You see all these the charts is from intraday. You have 5 days, 1 day charts, 1 week. So if you are if you are more into indicators, you can always apply some indicators using the app. And of course, if you want to compare, you want to see the multi-charts, you can always refer to the PC version because that will support more functions in terms of a technical analysis. Then for the intraday here, you can always see the price, the order book, the volume, and also some indicators to help you make investment decisions. For the trade itself, if you find it's good opportunity to buy, you can always place an order, set the price, quantity, place an order. The order will send to the exchange, then will be filled. Then for the positions, it's about whether you have the positions, and also, of course, if you send any order to the exchange, you should be able to see from here. So the order book is more about in the bid and ask, what is the bid price, what is the ask price. Because now Singapore market is not open, then you should, I mean, for now you can see the volume, but there's no change. So based on the order book and based on the exchange data, we present this capital tracking function for you. So based on our internal analysis, and we set these orders based on the volume. We set it's a XL, L, M, and S. Then you should be able to see for today is the cash in is all from small orders. And since we do have the data here, then we present this capital trend for you. You can see the intraday or maybe on daily, every week, or maybe every month. So for every month, you can see it's all inflow, which means all the funds or the capitals actually inject in these REITs or in this Mapletree. Another thing make Futu outstanding among all other brokers is that we offer the users a place you can always post, you can always see others' view. So this is, you can see others' comments about this Mapletree. And of course, you can reply, you can have a have a chat with all these investors. Then we have news here. So for the news, is more about what happened in the markets. Anything related to this Mapletree, the system actually retrieve the news from the markets and represent to you. Then okay, so this is about Singapore markets. If you have no idea what to buy or what to sell, or maybe you say I just want to have an overview of the markets, you can always go to the markets type. Then here we have a different markets. We have different markets data here. So for Hong Kong, you can see what is the performance. For Singapore today, STI dropped about 1.42%. But since today's topic is about REITs, then we actually designed a page special for REITs. If you go to here, you should be able to see all the REITs listed on SGX, the performance of the day. And of course, as Dr. T mentioned, we do have this the partway. You should be able to see from here is somewhere. Yeah, and of course, you can always type the ticker and find the right REITs you want to buy or sell. Then, of course, based on the market sentiments or based on the performance, you should be able, the AI monitor actually tell you the sentiments today is bullish or bearish, or maybe neutral. So you can see all the data from here. So the next page is about the trade. It's about what you have done or maybe what you have. So for this is all about your accounts. You can always buy or sell. You can see your positions. We need here as well. So for the news, something happening in the markets. You don't need to see, read, watch NBC every day. But because for us here, we do have this X price. You can always refresh this page, and this will bring you all the news happening in the markets. It's something like CNBC or Bloomberg pre-news, but here at Futu, we present this to you. In the actually partner with Bloomberg. So for all these topics, actually you need to subscribe Bloomberg service, but all these videos we present to you. So this is about the videos here. And yeah, so this is a community we built for every single investors. So for myself, I can always see others post. I can see what happened in the markets. I mean, as an individual investors, I can always post my view, my opinion, or maybe I can just have a quick discussion with others. And on top of this, we can even present these, for all these companies when they run the earning conference, when they have any corporate actions, they have anything they want to announce. Maybe for tonight, sorry, in Singapore is tomorrow, in US is tonight. You want to see the AI day is, you want to see what Mars is going to introduce to the world. Yeah, you can just book and watch tomorrow in the morning. It's real time. And on top of this, we can give, sometimes you can find Singapore SGX listed company. When they do the earning conference, you can always find here. And we do have a stream, we do have a courses. So yeah, so just back to the codes. If you go to this, if you back to this REITs page, right? But sometimes it's just data here, but I have no idea. I just want to know more about the basic features of investment, about REITs, about ETFs. Yes, we are here. If you go to this page, this is actually the education courses. We will cover these the REITs, ETFs, or even DLCs. You can watch the video. You can read all these reports. So we are trying our best to help you equip all these financial knowledge for you. Yeah, then if you got a chance to go to the me page, and some may ask how to make a fund transfer, how to deposit, how to withdraw, you can always find the trading accounts here. Yeah, we do have this deposit page. If you open this tab, you should be able to see all the funding instructions, and of course withdraw. If you just need to tell us how much you want to withdraw and in which currency, then yeah, the system will initiate a fund transfer back to your bank account. And since we do have all these free shares, you want to know what is ongoing promotion here, you can always join. Now you can invite your friends to open accounts with Futu and start a trading journey. Then both you and your friends will get all these welcome gifts. Yeah, you can see more details from here. All right, so back to the page. All right, so events and promotions. So we do have some upcoming events, which is this weekend. We are the partner of Invest Fair 2021. I'm pretty sure in the past we host this in the Suntec, but due to the COVID, now everything is virtual. So you can always visit our virtual booth. Start from tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, 21st and 22nd. And you should be able to see my Gavin, the MD of Futu Singapore. He will do a quick sharing about 5 useful ways you can become a better investor. Yeah. And on 22nd August, you can join the panel discussion. So Gavin will join the panelists and do a quick discussion about the trend in the current markets. So if you join this Invest Fair, we do have a reward or welcome gift. So it's about 10 SGD cash coupon. You can just open an account. You don't need to do anything, but the system will get SGD 10 bucks cash coupon for you. And of course, on top of this, you get 180 days commission free in terms of trading. Now, if you open this account, if you want to go one step further, yes, always price for you. We have a Pfizer shares, we have other shares ready for you. Then if you're not sure how to use Moomoo app, we do have this YouTube channel. It's designed by our creative marketing colleagues. They build all these videos to try their very best to show you how to use the Moomoo account. And of course, if anything you are not sure, just give us a call or drop us an email. We are more than willing to assist you from here. Yep, here we go. That's all for today. Back to you, Ethan. Yep.
Thanks, Josh, for sharing. So I think Josh, you
Yes.
kind of forgot that Moomoo also has a excellent customer service.
Oh
as well.
yes, it's a thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's something I'm so proud of because
Yeah.
we have a 24 hours, 24 times 5 support. So actually, I'm in the office today. So actually, my trading desk is just over there, and I can
Wow.
just say hi to my traders. So they are here 24 hours standby for you. Yep.
Awesome, Josh. So, guys, if you're interested, please, just do a quick check on the Google App Store or your Apple App Store. Just click download. Anyway, it's free, right? Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Josh, and thank you, Dr. T, for the wonderful presentation. And right now it's 9 o'clock. We will see you at the next webinar. All right. Shout out to Moomoo for being our
All right.
partner. All right.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.